Ron, who is in your power ranking?
All right. Not a lot of change from my rankings last week. Detroit, I have at number 1. I think they're the best team, to your point, in the league. They were number 1 last week, so no change. I still got Kansas City at number 2. They're undefeated. I still, there's still some questions about how they're playing, but they're at number 2. I moved Baltimore all the way up to number 3. They were at 5 before. I think with the pieces that they just picked up, that we talked about with their trades, I think that's going to make them a really, really strong team going forward. I got Buffalo at number 4, so they were at number 3 before. I got Green Bay at number 5. I dropped them down 1 spot. I moved Pittsburgh from number 7 to number 6. At Washington, I moved them from number 9 to number 7. Minnesota, I dropped them from number 6 to number 8. Philly, I got at number 9. And then Atlanta, I moved them into the top 10, right at 10, and I pulled Houston out of my top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all your rankings. I would definitely have Detroit number 1. It's just that I can't have an undefeated team not be number 1. Listen, they're doing it with smoke and mirrors. I don't know. We all know that Mahomes is not having the best year, but is there a chance that if somehow Kansas City goes undefeated, he gets the MVP?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just a fact. So I have Detroit number 2. I have Buffalo at number 3. Baltimore number 4. Washington at 5. I got Minnesota at 6. Pittsburgh at 7. Philly at 8. Don't ask me why, because I don't really like Dick Sirianni at all. I have the Chargers coming in because I kicked Green Bay out. And then my biggest surprise, Arizona at number 10, because I got Houston out. So Arizona, out of all these teams, they're the ones that it's just a head scratcher. Like, how are they doing it?
Well, I don't necessarily question Arizona. They're at 5 wins, but I think they were a strong 5-win team. The one I'm concerned about is the Chargers. So I thought about the Chargers, putting them in when I looked at the standings, but then I went back and I looked at who they've played and who they've beaten. These are the teams the Chargers have beaten: the Raiders, the Panthers, the Broncos, the Saints, and the Browns. Those are not impressive teams at all.
I agree with you. I mean, if I look at the AFC West and I look at the team that scored the least amount of points, is the Chargers. But they're also the team that has allowed the least amount of points.
Yeah, their defense is good.
Their defense is really good. 101 points allowed. The next team is the Chiefs at 147. So their defense is definitely carrying them right now. To your point, they haven't played anybody. And to be honest, in their division, other than the Chiefs, we don't know what the Broncos. Sometimes some weeks they're good, some weeks they're bad. The Raiders are just playing bad.
And the reason why I agree with your Cardinals, even though I don't have them in my top 10 just yet, the reason why it does make sense, if I look at their losses, it's to the Bills, it's to the Lions, the Commanders, and the Packers. Those are all good teams. So, it's not like they're losing to like scrubs. I think they are a good team, and worthy of being in the top 10. I just don't have them in there yet. But things can change for sure.
I mean, they scored enough points. They're 2-0 in the division, 3-3 in the conference. So yeah, they definitely deserve to be there. They have the worst record of the top 10 that I have. So again, it's just the way they play. They play good teams.
Yeah,
really good teams.